You asked for it, and we're listening. We're about to kick off a brand new feature focusing on the fabulous world of gaming. We've managed to find a passionate gamer who'll be reviewing the latest releases in his own special way. So Grant, take it away.
Military shooters are all over the place these days, with games like Call of Duty coming out annually and consistently breaking sales records every year. We have this obsession with war and find ways to relive it mostly unrealistically, with focus more on its methodology than its ideology. Spec Ops: The Line, however, is doing something a little different. It's a third-person shooter that plays pretty much the same way every other third-person shooter out there plays. Run, take cover, and shoot from cover. Rinse, wash, repeat. The way it starts seems rather predictable as your platoon is dropped into that familiar brown, war-torn desert landscape that we've seen in just about every military shooter to date.
Gentlemen, welcome to Dubai.
At this point, I was nearly ready to throw my controller at the screen. But don't be too brash and judge the game within the first hour or so. Things ramp up fast, escalating in a very different yet refreshing direction entirely. The game is far more story-driven than most generic shooters out there, and could be considered an exciting piece of film that one just happens to play. The developers realized that the most meaningful and impactful war films have been films about characters. Personal tales that merely used wartime as the backdrop for a powerful narrative.
Is John Conrad the greatest man I ever served with? There was this one time in Kabul when he dragged my bleeding carcass half a mile to an evac chopper. Sorry.
You play as Captain Martin Walker, an American hero tasked with a rescue mission that himself and his platoon start realizing isn't going to happen. The plot spirals into a Shakespearean tragedy as the characters find themselves in the worst possible scenarios, making the worst possible decisions, ending in an impactful, climactic finish. The game's commentary is on the psychological impact warfare can play on someone's psyche and the constant internal justification for these soul-destroying actions a soldier must make under these conditions. It's brave and a far cry from anything that the Call of Duty and Battlefield series is doing with the genre. Oh, no! If you have it in you to look past the humdrum of a linear third-person shooter with lackluster enemies that barely change and are rather forgettable, then it's worth picking up for the story alone. The gameplay's not horribly bad, it's just extremely boring. Taking a major risk in such a war-obsessed industry, it ran the risk of failure. Spec Ops: The Line in fact succeeds as it pushes the envelope in gaming storytelling within such a familiar genre. It's engaging and interesting with riveting story beats that will haunt you for years to come. We give the game a 7.5 out of 10. It's a memorable experience that will be known for setting the narrative bar high and exploiting the medium of gaming. Give it a spin.